Here at Vanderbilt women's basketball, head coach Shea Ralph. Coach, you guys are out on the road at the Fort Worth here for the Sweet 16 and Elite Eight. We'll take an opening statement and then we will open the floor for questions. So just how was today and just how is your team getting ready for the final Sweet 16?
Yeah, it was great. Travel was smooth. We are really excited to be at the hotel. Had a really great practice. Same as usual with our road trips. It's just, the end of March. So we all understand the assignment and we know what we're preparing for. So it was exciting just to get here and now to be able to get some rest tonight.
Cool. I'll go. Here we
I'm
go.
not sure, I don't know how this is
Sorry,
working. We can
sorry,
just
Chris. Sorry, I
conversate
was on
during that
mute.
time.
Chris, yes, go ahead,
Yep.
Chris.
All right. Rock and roll. Coach, can you just explain to folks why Michaela Blake's against Hannah Hidalgo is worth the price of admission?
Yeah, I think it's always great to watch two really good players go against each other, but I also think, and the narrative is going to be that because of the way that they score the ball, the impact that they both have on their team, the fact that they were USA basketball teammates and all the thing, we love a good storyline, right? But I'm much more interested in how our teams match up. And I think that I really like the pieces that we have. I love the versatility and the pieces that we have. I think Hannah is a great player. Obviously, Notre Dame's a great team. We're excited to play against them. We've played a lot against a lot of great players and great teams all year. So I think that has prepared us for the matchup on Friday.
Charles Mays, go ahead, Charles.
Yes, coach. I know all year you all prepared the same. Don't want to get too big in the moment. Could you just speak to your team's particular focus this week? I know just observing them, they seem really locked in.
Yeah.
Probably more locked in than ever. I can understand the situation. This is the Sweet 16. This is March Madness. Can you speak to what you've seen from them?
Yeah. I think that we've talked a lot about some of the gaps that we need to fill. And when you look at talent and skill and tactical X's and O's and things, that to me is the part of basketball that's like, okay, we're gonna make some shots, we're not, right? We're gonna have some mistakes, we're not, but we can never not have the locked in attitude, the positive energy, the communication, the attention to detail, and right now the sense of urgency. There needs to be an edge about us. And honestly, I think our schedule, the highs that we've had this season and the lows have really prepared us to understand how important that is because we can see in our team and the success of our team the difference that having those things in practice, in film, in huddles makes, and then the difference when we don't have them and we understand what that looks like for us. So I think that our players, and that will never change. That can never change. And those aren't things that I can give them. They decide. They decide the energy they bring. They decide the sense of urgency. They decide how much they study the scout. They decide communication. They have to do that. Or chances are we're not going to make it very much further. And so those are things that I think are fair to talk about because those things can never change. And we've been talking about that all year. The other things, it's the game of basketball. So there's going to be runs. There's going to be things we do really well. There's going to be some things we need to clean up. That's every single game. But what you're talking about, being locked in, that cannot change. That has to stay the same. We have to be the most locked in, like you said, from now until the end of the season.
Elena Morris, go ahead.
Yes. What do you feel like your all the strengths are in this matchup? And what are you kind of looking to exploit? I know they play a different style than you used to see in the SEC.
Okay, Elena, you broke up a little bit. Can you repeat the question for me one more time?
Yeah. What are the strengths you're trying to exploit in this matchup? I know they play a little bit of a different style than you see in the
Yeah,
SEC.
sorry, Elena, you don't have a strong connection. I don't know if it's your Wi-Fi or bad connection, but we're going to move on to Chris Harris. Go ahead.
Sorry about that, Elena. Coach, so Notre Dame, this is their fifth straight trip to the Sweet 16, I believe. Everyone always talks about experience and having been there and done that before and everything. And obviously, like you guys do what you do. Are you curious to see how the first time works with your guys or with your team, knowing that like you faced every challenge and met every challenge to this point, but it's a brand new, I guess, venue and brand new adventure in this game.
Yeah, yeah. I'm excited to see. I think, I think you don't have experience until you have it. And it's like, when I became the head coach here, it was like, well, she doesn't have head coaching experience. Well, I don't have it until I have it, and the opportunity presents itself for us to be able to do great things all year. And we have to do with that opportunity greatness, right? We have to deal with it in a manner with which we prepare, we execute. And then we've done things this year that we've never done before, right? This particular team, which I just think continue to build their confidence all year long. Like, hey, we have done some things this year, a lot of things that haven't been done before ever in the history of our program. So this is another moment where we get an opportunity to do something really special, and we get the experience to go along with it.
All right. Elena, we'll give you another try if you want to give it a go.
Are you able to hear me now?
A little better.
Okay, sorry about that. Just kind of what are you looking to exploit in this matchup, and what do you see their style being? Just I know not used to what you're seeing in the SEC.
Yeah, I mean, I really enjoy watching great teams play basketball, and I think Neil's done an incredible job. I played against her. She took over a program that, has when I was playing was winning national championships. They were one of our rivals, right? And, one of the great programs in the history of our game. So it's cool to see her sustain that success. And they are different. They play differently than we do. And I don't know that it's like, what am I looking to exploit? It's just like, how can we be our best versus what they do? Like, how can we be our best versus how they defend? How can we be our best versus their offense? What are the things that we need to look to make sure that we execute really well against the way that they defend things, or against the types of things that they run to score the basketball? How do we guard their best players? Like, what are the things that we're trying to focus on? That's kind of the nuts and bolts of our scout. But like I tell you guys all the time, it's really more focused on what are we going to do really well? Where can we see, hey, this is going to be great against this team. The way that we run this action is going to be great because this is the way to defend. This is how we're going to, stick to our defensive principles versus the things that they do. And that's really kind of the crux of what we're doing these next couple of days.
Go back to Chris Harris. Go ahead, Chris.
Sure. Sorry, one more question about Hidalgo, Coach. Just, I mean, on both ends of the floor, she gets it done, obviously, with all the accolades that she's had. What makes her, and when you watch her on film, so special? And then also, have you ever seen someone have 16 steals in one game?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty impressive, isn't it? I think she's just she has a very high motor. She's a high level competitor. She plays very hard. She's kind of like a free safety on defense. She just will track the ball and track the offensive players. She's very high IQ. So it's really fun to watch her kind of do that well when you're watching film and see why she gets her steals and how she gets them, because she makes it look easy and it's not. But that's what it looks like when you're watching her. And I think the way that they have crafted what they do around her, the pieces that they put around her, has also helped her be very successful. Niel's not, a stranger to coaching great players and playing with great players. So I have a lot of respect for Hannah Hidalgo. I'm excited to play against them. I'm excited for the matchup. But I always love watching great players play. I just do. I think there's an art and a science to it. So it's been fun to scout them. I'm really looking forward to seeing them in person, to playing against them.
All right, Coach. Well, appreciate your time. Best of luck this weekend, and anchor down.
Thanks you guys for your flexibility. I didn't quite finish packing, so I had to go home before we took off. Sorry about that, but I appreciate you guys.
All good. Best of luck.
All right.
Thank
See ya.
you.
Gotcha.